Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. It's pretty echoey in here. I'm in my boat storage, so just FYI, this may not be the best quality audio, but I am getting all rigged up for the first Cowboy Division tournament of the year on Lake Sam, Rayburn. As y'all can see, the last BFL I fished was also on Rayburn. Through my fishing, I have quite a bit of a history with Rayburn. I've never fished it recreationally, but I have fished it multiple tournaments. I do like the lake. I feel like it's a lake I can always go to and catch some fish, occasionally pull a big one. I haven't been on it since September. I've never been on it this time of year. It is New Year's Day right now, leaving tomorrow, the 2nd. But what I hear is it's on fire right now. You know, Texas has been a little finicky this year. We haven't really had a huge cold snap. It's been pretty warm. It's January. It's still, what I've heard, fishing pretty close to a fall pattern. So that means I'm definitely going to go down there looking for winter stuff, because we have a big cold snap coming down next week. Big Arctic blast that the weathermen are comparing to the big storm we had back in like 2020. So if it's anything like that next week, these fish will be fired up, prefrontal. Should be able to catch them. But a few things I'm going to be focusing on this week. I think it's definitely going to be a live scope event. So the Mickey rig, that minnow rig, jerkbait, going to throw around a Bill Lewis scope stick. A few other things. I'm going to throw around a big glide for those big gizzard eaters. Of course, you can't go to Rayburn without a deep diving crankbait. You can't go to Rayburn without a Carolina rig. So those will be on my deck. But I have a day and a half of practice. I'm going to go down tomorrow morning. I'll fish tomorrow morning. No, I'll fish tomorrow afternoon for maybe 2 or 3 hours before dark, if we get down there on time. And then I will fish all day Friday. But yeah, I've heard really good things about Rayburn right now. Gonna go down there and see if all of those things stay true. Got a little colder this week, so it's not like it's still fall. I'm sitting in here right now. It's about 45 degrees, but it's a lot warmer than it has been in the past in January. And I was on a lake yesterday, and the water temps are still pretty warm. I have not fished seriously since like a month ago. The boat has been having all sorts of problems. We've been going through every single hoop we could possibly go through so that we could fish this tournament. So the boat's been in the shop for the last month. So I'm going to go and try to shake the rust off. And I guess I'll see y'all in the water tomorrow afternoon. See if we can't go catch a few. Alrighty. Made it down to Rayburn. I got down to Castle Boykin the night to launch and fish a few hours. And on the drive down here, the pin on the lower part of my motor, right below the tilt and trim motor, the bolt has come out of the pin, so we had to go to a Yamaha repair shop, get it fixed. Took like 10 minutes, but at that point, of course, it was too late to fish tonight. So I'm just sitting here getting stuff rigged up. So real quickly, I'm going to go through what I think is going to be the move in practice, show some baits. And then I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time, and I'll be on the water all day tomorrow. And then obviously Saturday's a tournament, assuming that nothing else goes wrong with the boat that ends up making us go home. So you never know with a boat, that could easily happen. So we're going to cross our fingers and just hope with the weather this week should be mild, and we shouldn't be breaking stuff, but you just never know. So I'm going to go through the tackle real fast. Alrighty, so first bait on my deck that I think is going to be doing the most work this week is just a Bill Lewis scope stick jerk bait. This bait can go down to about 10 feet. Great for those suspended baits. If it's pretty big jerk bait, but I think that's what those fish are going to be chewing on this week. So I think this can be perfect. If they don't want that bigger jerk bait profile, I do have this bait, which is it's kind of like kind of like a little jig and spoon, but it is more structured like a jerk bait. So you fish it just like a jerk bait, it sinks. So you can get down also those fish that are in deeper water, that are deeper than that depth the jerk bait's going to go to. Because although these fish are fired up right now, it's still getting to winter time, so those fish may not want to come up, 10, 15 feet for a bait like they normally would on a spring or fall day. Another thing I have on is just a super small, light robo worm drop shot setup. This robo worm is more so like a minnow than anything else. So I'll fish just along the side of my minnow Damiki rig type stuff. Also, I'll get to those later. Also, on my scoping side, I have a hair jig. This is a Booyah hair jig. Also have a Buckeye hair jig I might throw around, and I also have a couple 6 cents hair jigs I might throw around. This is the one I've done the best on Rayburn. Kind of the only one I fish on Rayburn, but it's been good out here, especially for those schooling fish. It's just something to give them something different, and a whole lot of guys aren't throwing them. A lot of guys think about a bucktail hair jig like a summertime bait, but that's not the case. It'll work in the winter as well. And then we also got the classic minnow rig. This is a big bite baits minnow, dipped in chartreuse. And that's it for my scoping side. I'll scope a free rig a little bit. Here's a free rig right here, just a Gary Yamamoto, kind of a Gary Yamamoto stick bait with a teardrop weight on it, to try to get some of those fish on the bottom that I may see schooled up on the bottom. To see if this may get them fired up. And then of course you can't go to Rayburn without the Carolina rig. I'll throw this around on some of my shell bed type stuff. Some brush piles, although I don't know how much brush piles are going to play for those big fish this week. Brush piles I hear really hit or miss, but I have a few shell beds just in hard points, hard bottom areas, that usually do pretty good with the drop shot, so I'm gonna hit some of those tomorrow. But yeah, I got 1 day of practice, and that's all I'm gonna have out here. But before the event starts, this place is absolutely full of boats right now. There's boats absolutely everywhere. It's supposed to be a full field of 250 boats, so some of the top guys are going to be here. So some Bass Pro Tour guys are supposed to fish this event. And the Toyota Series and the Bassmaster Opens out here within the next month or two. So all those guys are out here practicing during this tournament. So it'll be a stacked competition, and we'll see how we can do with them. But I'll pick up the camera back up whenever it's time to practice tomorrow. All right, I'm about to start day number 1 of practice on Rayburn. I'm getting out there really early this morning to make up for the time I lost yesterday with the little bit of problems we had when we got to the ramp. So I'm gonna scan a lot, gonna fish from 7 to 5 probably. So gonna be a long day on the water. Gonna test those batteries, and gonna be looking for a lot of bait, a lot of gizzards, and a couple thread fin schools, and just look for some good fish overall, because gonna go big or go home with this tournament. So hopefully we can find some quality fish. So yep, see you out the ramp.
Fish or just bait?
It's a big school, guy. Right, yeah.
Colton? Easy with it. So boy, what's that? Yep.
Don't.
When y'all come over and grab it from me? I literally just said that we don't catch something pretty quick. You swallowed it.
No way. No way with that. Those things, they tapped it like 5 times. No.
That one? Is that a real fish? Or is it fake? Oh!
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. It'll be close. Deeper?
Cowboy. How about 500?
Did he go?
All right, start of the tournament. Yeah, y'all saw practice went decent. You know, you had quite a few keepers, but it was kind of a grind. We did a lot of scanning though. I think I know where they are at today. So I brought my buddy down here as my priority co-angler, and last night I actually drew him as my co-angler. So the same crew you saw on the boat yesterday, minus my dad, will be in the boat today. So looking forward to it. We're gonna start at that scoping spot that I lost that 5-pounder at the end. and then we're just going to keep moving through some bait fish stuff, and then we're going to end up, dragging Carolina rigs a lot once that sun comes up. So I'm looking forward to it, and let's go crank them. last couple scarves.
What is that Texas on both sides? One today. 2 pounds even. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your help. Carolina rig. Heard a lot of Carolina rig. All righty, Coach Roberts. Again, Texas on board this side. Got 2 today, 1 short of turn there. Way to catch those things on, my friend. Carolina rig. Help me, Texas. Roll Carolina rig, 4 pounds even. We appreciate you coming out to play.